what is the family goal, and then set down the asset allocation, which is why I thought if that is a great thing to work towards, because one thing we know is women love to talk, right? So when you get the goals in place, it's easy to do the allocations right. Another thing I find is men and women approach money very differently. For a lot of men, it is a status symbol, but for women, it is something that they want to do things with. The approach towards, like a lot of things we know, men like it really fast and women like it very slow and steady. So what happens here is when a woman invests, for example, she likes to hold it, she wants to keep it for 5 years, 10 years. So it's easier to talk about equity. You know, we had the whole discussion in the morning where we said so much new money coming into the market, but frankly, most of it is coming into fixed income. But just get a woman into the act instead, and you'll be shocked to see how much money can actually come into equity, because daughter's wedding money is maybe 18, 20 years away. So all these things can be built into the...
I think that's a wonderful perspective. But has this approach helped you grow business and get long-term assets?
Yes, we had started off this business saying that, see, frankly, when we set up the business, it was not so skewed towards women per se. We were dealing with anybody who needed good quality advice. But we found there is a niche, because in India, for example, in Kerala, we call it a matriarchal society. Technically, women own a lot of assets, unlike other parts of India. But she has no say. We've seen a lot of families where this huge dowry comes in, it gets passed from the father to the husband, and then she sees no sight of it. What I try to do is sit down with a lot of these women, try and understand what is it they want to do, get them to lean into the family goals. It's not saying my husband will do it or my brother will do it, my uncle will do it. This is what we keep hearing all the time. We want them to take the decision and decide for themselves what is it they want and make it happen for them. So yeah, today we have a lot of women who come in and they come and discuss. They come and discuss at length about what is it they want to achieve with their lives. And we help them, lay it out for them. One of the things that I picked up is, I just want to share with you, we were flying down from Cochin and there was a lot of turbulence. And men were sitting there and, talking very happily. They just continued talking. And most women, my husband actually remarks, say, just look at the women around, and all the women are bracing. So it's basically saying it's a whole attitude to risk. When I'm looking at investing, women like the slow, steady, non-risky assets. And I think over a period of time, these are the things that work more for families to build wealth. And another very important thing, I keep telling the man that if you can show her the exciting stuff that you can do by building wealth, you just wait and see how little she spends. So that's a huge incentive for guys to get their wives in.
Yeah. Great, thanks Shiney. Very interesting insight. And what she has done is she has picked up a particular segment of the market, or let's say within the segment she's picked up one particular part of the family to help get an entry and convince the other side or put that point across, and which has allowed her to grow her business. Mr. Alagappan, now coming to you, now the way Shiney was mentioning about some of the long-term goals, etc., you also mentioned that the SIPs which were started prior to 2009, they are also continuing with you, because that's why they still have the entry loads. Meeting a lot of people, I'm amazed how you've been able to get those kind of SIPs and get people to continue with those kind of SIPs. So what's the secret?
Nothing, sir. Whomever I see, I tell them the SIP period is 60 minus his age. That is the SIP term which I sign. Very rarely I sign it for a couple of years. That too in case the client is very clearly, sir, I cannot invest more than 3 years. Still I advise them, let the term be longer. If you are practicing yourself for the next 3 years, why can't you invest on the 37th month? This is my one word answer for them.
But what happens when this kind of prolonged market downturns happen, like what has happened between 2008 and now, and we are yet not near the 2008 peak also? In such cases, the report suggests that a lot of SIPs have been discontinued and closed down. Why doesn't that happen in your case? What do you do?
No, if it was not stopped, I would have been running somewhere around 10,000 SIPs. Still I'm running SIPs so much, but the thing is, people who have understood on day one, 5 years, 6 years back itself, I've clearly told them that the SIP is like your retirement plan or a pension plan, since you are all working in a company and your company does not give you a PF kind of thing. So let it develop till that period. Till that period, don't see the returns. First 5 years, it can give you negative return. This is what even today I'm telling. Beyond that, be happy that you're beating the benchmarks. Take the track record of your Sensex itself last 30 years. You would have, if one would have invested in a set of stocks for the continuous period of 5 years, 10 years, they have never lost money. Why can't we? Invest and wait for the period.
And has that approach meant that your overall business is a lot more stable compared to most?
Yes, I'm very sure that these customers are still happy and they are. Yes, sir. The moment I said, okay, they're almost 100% is my hit ratio for signing up till 60 years.
Wow. Now, let's look at this also. Another jugaad, and I'm using that word deliberately, another jugaad. SIP as a concept is known to all of us. And we've been hearing about it for almost 2 decades now. But here is somebody who says your SIP term should be 60 minus your age. Why 60? Because at 60 you will stop earning and you may not be in a position to continue your SIP. Very powerful idea. Straight away connected to that person's life. No, that's your SIP term. These small things and the way the business has been built. From these two, let's come to another and completely different question that I will ask Mr. Bhutani. Mr. Bhutani, you are getting more than 100 transactions online every month. Now, that's been a challenge for a lot of people to, first of all, get the clients to transact, and secondly, to transact online. So, how have you been able to do that? आपने किस तरह से ये किया कि इतने सारे online transactions हो रहे हैं आपके?
हेलो, मैंने सबसे पहले मैंने जैसे बताया कि मेरा SIP पे फोकस है, तो मैंने ऑनलाइन पोर्टल के ऊपर जब मैंने अपने नए क्लाइंट को इंट्रोड्यूस किया, और जब हम फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग करते हैं क्लाइंट की, तो एक क्लाइंट के पास 10 से 15,000 रुपये या 20,000 रुपये की SIP का एक कॉर्पस उसका एक्सपेक्टेड टारगेट होता है. वहाँ पर मैंने उसके पोर्टफोलियो को डाइवर्सिफाई किया 2,000 या 5,000 या 1,500 पर SIP. तो एक क्लाइंट अप्रोक्सीमेट 8 से 10 SIP आराम से कर लेता है. जब मैं किसी क्लाइंट को एक पोर्टफोलियो उसकी फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग करता हूँ, तो उसके बाद ऑप्शन लेता हूँ, व्हाट ऑप्शन यू हैव, कि आप ऑफलाइन पोर्टफोलियो ट्रैक क्रिएट करेंगे या ऑनलाइन क्रिएट करेंगे. तो नॉर्मली 99% कस्टमर दे चूज ऑनलाइन ऑप्शंस, कि यार मुझे बार बार आपसे मिलने की जरूरत ना पड़े और मुझे बार बार क्रेडिकल ट्रांजेक्शंस के लिए आपको इन्वॉल्व ना करना पड़े, आप सिर्फ मेरे फाइनेंशियल एडवाइजर इन्वॉल्व रहें तो ज़्यादा बेटर है. तो ऐसे केस के अंदर मेरी 125 SIPs टिल नाउ आई हैव डन. तो नाउ ऑनवर्ड्स अगर 125 SIPs अगर होती हैं और वो ऑनलाइन है, अराउंड 30 to 40 क्लाइंट्स जो मेरे ऑनलाइन एक्टिव क्लाइंट्स हैं, तो ऑटोमेटिकली 125 के आसपास ट्रांजेक्शन वो हो जाती हैं. उसके बाद हम उन्हें अल्ट्रा शॉर्ट टर्म फंड या डेट फंड जो लिक्विड फंड है, उसके लिए भी उन्हें प्रमोट करता हूँ कि आपके बैंक में जो लिक्विड पैसा पड़ा हुआ है, दिस यू कैन स्विच ओवर टू द अल्ट्रा शॉर्ट और लिक्विड फंड टू गेट द बेस्ट रिटर्न कंपेरिजन टू बैंक FD. तो थोड़ा सा वहाँ पे ट्रांजेक्शन हो जाता है, और जब SIPs में प्रॉफिट बुकिंग और बहुत सारी चीज़ें होती हैं, तो ऑटोमेटिकली नंबर ऑफ ट्रांजेक्शन इंक्रीज हो जाती है.
But lot of IFAs have expressed this fear कि एक बार ऑनलाइन करा दिया ना, फिर क्लाइंट रिडेम्पशन हमको पूछे बिना करा देता है. So that's why I don't want to put my clients online. So a lot of people have expressed that fear. तो आपको वो डर नहीं लगता?
So this is myth. It is not possible. अगर ऑनलाइन ट्रांजेक्शन अगर वो रिडीम कर रहा है, तो कल वो ऑफलाइन उसके पास ट्रांजेक्शन है, स्टेटमेंट ऑफ अकाउंट उसके घर पर आता है, तो वो रिडीम तो वहाँ पर भी कर सकता है. ही हैज़ द ऑप्शन टू रिडीम एनी टाइम. तो उसके लिए जरूरी नहीं है कि वो ऑनलाइन ट्रांजेक्शन पे आपको बिना बताए करेगा. ऑफलाइन ट्रांजेक्शन के लिए शायद आपके ऑफिस स्टाफ को ही बुलाकर रिडीमशन कर ले, या खुद भी अपने AMC के ऑफिस में जाकर रिडीम कर सकता है. तो इट इज़ नॉट मैंडेटरी. आई थिंक इट इज़ मिथ. और अगर वो ट्रांजेक्शन एक रिडीम करने की फैसिलिटी उसके पास अगर मिल रही है, तो कल उसके पास एडिशनल परचेज या फ्रेश परचेज करने की फैसिलिटी भी उसके पास है. तो हमें उसको पॉजिटिव मैनर में लेना चाहिए, ना कि नेगेटिव.
Wonderful. Now, another angle, because across the country when I meet a lot of people, and when we talk about online transactions, the basic fear is that I lose control over my client. And I think that's something that Mr. Bhutani has been able to crack. Uh, if you have control over client, whether it is online or offline, it really doesn't matter. So, with 3 different IFAs and 3 different models that we've seen, one is more on the HNI or wealth space, somebody who has used a different approach. Mr. Alagappan has gone the SIP way and built a long-term book. Mr. Bhutani has also used the SIP approach, but he's also using technology extensively to build his business. 3 different people. First of all, I would request all of you to give them a big round of applause, and then I'll leave the... And then I'll leave the floor open to questions. If anybody has any question for the panelists, please feel free.
This is, I don't mean to ask a question really, I'm just reinforcing something which Mr. Bhutani mentioned, which is about doing transactions on the platform and doing transactions online. In fact, for any businessman, one of the key deliverables is to ensure that he protects his business from competition and from other impacts. If you make it a habit for your client to work on one platform and get used to one particular mode of operating, it actually prevents competition from entering into your territory. So if your client is used to doing transactions online in a certain manner, another distributor cannot walk in and shake up the mode of operation. So actually putting it on a transaction and teaching clients to execute transactions in a certain way creates entry barriers because other people can't replicate what you have taught the client. So it's actually the right thing. It may be perceived to be a threat in one way, but in another manner, if you look at it, you're actually building very strong entry barriers. Sorry? Yeah, it's a flanking, you're protecting.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much, and thanks a lot to all the panelists for your wonderful insights. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. In fact, pulling Alagappan is my idea. That's a reason why his name was not mentioned in the invitation. If you see the invitation or the agenda, his name is not printed. I specifically told them, if you print it, Alagappan will not come to the dais. So don't do that. Keep it suspense. We will pull him in the... Because I have seen Alagappan, he never ever go to house without filling 5. If he fills 5, if that day it is 7, next day his target is 5. I don't know why. I'm asking him why yesterday you got 7, you can 3, you can... No. 5 is the target. If he doesn't do that 5, he will, next day, what he do is 5 plus the next 5. Really great. And see, Shiney madam was talking about something. So I thought I'll tell a small story before I leave you all to make everybody energy here. See, there is a store in New York, sells new husband. Okay? So the woman can visit only, take it, don't take it seriously, it's just a joke. So, okay, so women were told you can visit the store, you can see whichever floor, each floor is having different husbands, you can select. But you can enter the floor, you can enter once and you'll be out in the 6th floor. You cannot re-enter the shop. You can enter only once. So these women were very happy in New York City. This shop is in New York City. Everybody started coming in. Women were entering 1st floor. It was mentioned, these men have job. Women all saw them. Oh, they have jobs. Great. They went to the next floor. They want to see what is in the next floor. Interesting. Then they saw that these men have job and love kids. 2nd floor. Oh, amazing. Let us go to the 3rd floor. Let us see what is there. In the 3rd floor, these men have job, love kids, and extremely good looking. So, woman, no. She has seen all these three things. So let me see the fourth floor. Interesting. She has went to the fourth floor. Job, love kids, good looking, and help in housework. This woman was so happy, and she is more interested to know what is there in the next floor. Next floor they went. Job, good looking, love kids, help housework, and romantic streak. This lady was so happy. Oh, for every floor there is a different. And let us see what is there in the sixth floor. All women, whoever came inside that shop, they went to the sixth floor. And in the sixth floor, there's a board. You are the visitor number 31 crore 45 lakh 60,677. And the story doesn't end here. See, there is the same thing. There's another store for men to select their wives. Okay? Men went in the store, the first floor, it said, these women will hear what you say. That's all. Then no men went to the second floor. So, in this note, let us congratulate Mr. Bhutani by with a compliment, with a good gift for his 100 transaction, which we wish him it should grow to 1,000 transaction a month. Thank you.